Connor Murphy's career could be described as bumpy. As recently as a few years ago, he was incredibly popular, and his materials made tens of millions of views. Sometime later, he decided to experiment with ayahuasca, which flipped everything upside down and changed Connor beyond any recognition. Its brew contains such substances as DMT, which is one of the strongest psychedelics. They say that after taking it, some people experience a feeling of enlightenment and boundless self-consciousness. The thing is, such adventure may cause changes in thinking that can last for a long time. Some of the materials posted by Connor were unsettling. Luckily, there's a lot indicating that the old Murphy that we liked him for has started to come back. Recently, he's been focused more strongly on developing his physique, and he returned to the classic form of his content. Connor always had a great physique, which he had worked on since his earliest years. At his peak, he weighed around 200 pounds with low body fat level. The most impressive thing is his absolutely powerful triceps. Not only his biceps, but also the rest of his physique disappear when he stands in the side view. After his adventures with psychedelics, his shape deteriorated noticeably. Murphy blames it on taking Finasteride and Ostarine, which belong in the SARM group. The former is used to prevent baldness. It blocks the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, which has a strong anabolic action and is responsible for hair loss. Indeed, there are reports about the adverse effect of finasteride on muscle mass. There are isolated declarations, and there is no reliable scientific research on the topic. What got me thinking was, why did the YouTuber have to turn to such substances so early on? In the video where he mentioned this, he was only 26 years old. As we know, anabolics may cause balding. Murphy admitted to using Ostarine, but he used it at the same time as finasteride. In such case, it is hard to tell if it was actually responsible for hair loss. Maybe he had been taking something before that, something he never confessed to. Besides, as he claimed, he had only taken Ostarine for 2 weeks. It causes suppression of natural testosterone production, but such short period of use should not result in significant drops. Another thing that could be suggested as a potential cause is the fasting experiment. For 40 days, Murphy hadn't eaten anything at all while streaming it live. Such long fasting causes disastrous muscle mass loss. It could also be seen in Murphy. During that time, he lost whole 44 pounds, in the end only weighing 156. Despite all that, he was still able to maintain a shape that could be called a beach body. On top of that, he wasn't actually as cut as one could expect after more than a month without food. He still had some body fat on his stomach, and it looks like he had mainly burned muscles. Since this is the type of tissue that consumes a lot of calories, it is not viable for the body to keep it when fasting. On top of that, it may use it as a source of energy. In someone as low-fat as Murphy, this breakdown will be bigger because if the access to energy in form of fat is limited, the body has to obtain it from different sources. In the end, Murphy was able to get back to his former size. What is more, he decided to improve his physique and started building mass. He started at 205 pounds, but after just a month, he already reached 220 pounds. It is the greatest weight he has ever been at. He gained some body fat and he seemed to hold a lot of water weight, but at the same time, his circumferences increased significantly. As a result, he became very massive and chubby. As it turns out, he's not doing this as a natural. According to him, whether you are one should be expressed on a 1 to 10 scale, instead of simple yes or no. This is a completely absurd idea, but one could let their imagination run wild and think about how much chaos using such method would cause in the world of fitness. Murphy likes to brag on his profile about a set of substances that he called Natural Plus. The main ingredient is Ibutamoren, which is also known as MK677. Murphy has already had episodes with this formulation as early as 2021. He quit it after a short time as he experienced unpleasant side effects such as anxiety, sleep problems, and lowered visual acuity. Despite that, he decided to give it another try. This substance increases production of the growth hormone. Murphy defends his naturalism by claiming that this product only enhances the natural production of the hormone instead of replacing it. Preparations with such action are banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. In America, which is where Murphy lives, ibutamoren cannot be an ingredient of diet supplements. It absolutely cannot be placed on the shelf next to creatine or vitamins, as it is not neutral to health. MK677 is also a mimetic of ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. People who take this substance experience a hard-to-control appetite. Although its action is claimed to be lean body mass growth, it is hard to stay in shape when one feels the urge to consume large quantities of food. It may also improve the quality of sleep by prolonging the REM sleep. On the other hand, there are anecdotal reports of increased lethargy during the day. The most dangerous effect caused by ibutamoren is chronically elevated blood glucose level, which may also lead to diabetes. Such effects are caused even by the recommended doses, which means that it is without a doubt not a safe product. Murphy's assortment also included androstenediol, which belongs to the group of prohormones. Substances in this category are precursors to the hormones present in the body. Just like ibutamoren, they are banned by WADA. Prohormones show a weaker anabolic action compared to classic steroids in form of injection. Despite that, they show an array of side effects arising from the disturbance of the endocrine system balance. They may elevate the estrogen level. Connor mixes it all with testosterone, boosters of epicatechin, which inhibits the action of myostatin. During the use of epicatechin, an increase in strength was also observed. This substance is present in everyday products such as green tea or cocoa. So far, studies show that epicatechin is safe, but the effects of long-term supplementation are unknown. Imagine you're asking your friend whether he is a natural. He answers, sure. You dig deeper and ask him if he's taking any supplements, such as citrulline. And to that, he says, yes, I do use doping. This is as if a vegetarian said he eats meat. There is simply no such thing as a natural who uses doping. Connor Murphy takes products that are banned by the anti-doping agency. On top of that, he has already had episodes with SARMs in the past. He entered the protocol incorrectly, referred to as Natural Plus, by the end of January, and in the meantime, he did a blood test. At first, he had a suspiciously low level of total testosterone. The YouTuber is 28 years old, and judging by his physique, he lives a healthy lifestyle. A result around 356 nanogram per deciliter is close to the lower boundary of normal. It cannot be excluded that until recently he had used something that would block the natural production of this hormone. The tests he had were selective and not very indicative. We don't know the level of free testosterone, nor that of LH and FSH, which could point to the cause of low testosterone. What is interesting, after just 10 days of using testosterone boosters, the level of this androgen actually doubled in Murphy. Their composition mostly consists of herbs such as Fedosia, fenugreek, tribulus, or ashwagandha. Although such blend has the potential of increasing the testosterone level, such significant increase after using them is very dubious. Also suspicious is the high level of estradiol. Murphy claims that the cause is using a prohormone, which indeed is a legitimate argument. Connor Murphy suggests that he takes safe supplements. In reality, products such as ibutamoren or prohormones show an array of side effects. If Connor's blood test results are only caused by taking them, it is clear that they can cause quite a mess in the endocrine system. On top of that, if we showed up like that at any competition with testing, we would soon get disqualified. And it wouldn't help us if we explained that we used products that, figuratively speaking, maximize our naturalness. Connor Murphy's actions are very harmful. I don't want to provoke anything, but to me, it looks like a situation that will lead to health problems in thousands of his fans. These people will turn to the products used by Murphy without knowing the consequences of such actions. This, once again, leads to the conclusion that we should know exactly what we are putting in our body and, more than anything, take good care of our health. Is this what a 54-year-old natural looks like? Mike O'Hearn is a unique individual who knows how to combine muscle building with strength results. He was able to outclass his competitors during a powerlifting competition and then, a few weeks later, do the same on the bodybuilding scene while being cut to the bone. He is impressive with the quality of his physique and he breaks his own records. Check out the suggested video where I discuss his story and ponder whether he is a natural.